Ranked on ranked in Tuscaloosa. Alabama jumped into the top 10 after an upset win over Georgia, taking on number 16 Vanderbilt, looking to beat the Tide in back-to-back seasons for the first time since 1955-56. Vanderbilt's opening drive of the game, Cedric Alexander, he is gone. 65 yards to the house. Commodores up 7-0, career-long 65-yard rushing touchdown for Alexander. 2 minutes left in the second, tied at 7. Diego Pavia, shovel pass, that'll work, and he powers his way in. Vandy up 14-7. Alexander, 98 total yards, 2 touchdowns. Ensuing Alabama drive, Ty Simpson among the Heisman favorites. Here's why. Finding Jeremy Bernard, 27-yard scoring strike. Simpson, 188 passing yards, 2 touchdowns in the first half. We're tied at 14 at halftime. Alabama tied at half for the first time under Kalen DeBoer. Fourth quarter, Diego Pavia intercepted by Keon Sabb. Pavia's second turnover in the red zone. Yikes. Ensuing Alabama possession. 366-pound offensive tackle Caden Proctor to him. Gets the handoff. First down. He caught a pass against Georgia.
Get him a bigger jersey,
absolute animal. Yeah, that would be nice. This time, runs for a first down against Vanderbilt. Alabama settled for a field goal to go up 23-14. Trying to mount a comeback is Vanderbilt. Pavia's throw dropped by Eli Stowers, and Alabama would score late and win it 30-14. Alabama's 15th straight win at home, 10-0 under Kalen DeBoer. Johnny Manziel comforting Diego Pavia. Hey, man, look, you knocked him off last year. I did it too. But what can you say? Vanderbilt, this is a new program. I don't care what you want to say. Oh, it's the same old Vanderbilt. They lost Alabama. No, this is a new program. This is a new mindset under Clark Lee. And Kalen DeBoer and his Tide able to overwhelm Vanderbilt late. Vanderbilt 1-61 on the road against top 10 teams all time. But, I mean, that goes way, way back. And, again, Vandy has arrived. They showed up. They just could not get it done, and you saw the red zone turnovers from Diego Pavia. You cannot have that against an Alabama defense. All right, back here in studio, Ben DiNucci, Richard Johnson. Richard, what are your takeaways from a game like this? Because, you know, you come in and everything feels nice, like, hey, Vanderbilt's going to go to Tuscaloosa and maybe get a second straight win. And then you're like, okay, maybe not. What stood out to you about Vanderbilt and why they came up short?
First of all, Vanderbilt hung around in this game. I mean, simply the red zone turnovers are what doomed them. But again, those are red zone turnovers. Vanderbilt drove the ball against Alabama. Vanderbilt had a chance against Alabama. They had a chance to win this game. Look, at the end of the day, if you looked at what Vanderbilt did to its schedule to date, and you put an LSU helmet on them, for instance, you would have said, good football team. Yes, I know the South Carolina team that they beat didn't have Lenore Sellers. But other than that, you looked at what Vanderbilt did to date, and you said, that's what a good football team does. And they pretty much went toe-to-toe with this Alabama team. I think you've got to throw out for Alabama that week 1 result against Florida State. They're not that team anymore. They are more functional on offense. Ty Simpson is coming into his own. I was a little worried about Alabama because of what I didn't see for the Crimson Tide in the second half against Georgia last week. I thought, well, maybe they ran out of tricks and it was just some bye week stuff in the first half and they were able to spring it on Georgia. No, they came out in this game. They took Vanderbilt's best shot, gave it right back to them, won the game.
Guys, here's what I've got. I've got one stat, pretty simple as to why Vanderbilt didn't win this game. Red zone scoring chances. Alabama 5 of 5. Vanderbilt 1 of 3.
I'm not a math major, but
highlighted by the 2 Pavia turnovers. If you're a Vanderbilt team, you're going into Tuscaloosa and you're trying to win this ball game. When you get down into the red zone, you need to be able to score points against an Alabama defense who hangs their hat on not letting guys get in there, and that's quite simply the difference in the game. Alabama 5 of 5, Vanderbilt 1 of 3. So big emphasis on when we get down there, we got to take care of the ball. Diego Pavia sometimes throwing the ball away, taking a sack isn't necessarily the end of the world down there. Tries to force a throw, turns into a big turnover and a play that could have changed that game.
Vanderbilt seeing red, not the red that you want to see when you see the other team go 5 for 5 in the red zone and you make mistakes. Ty Simpson continues to play himself into the Heisman conversation among the favorites. Ben, what did you see out of Ty Simpson on this afternoon against Vanderbilt?
Yeah, I've been impressed by him. A guy who before the season didn't really know much about, hadn't watched a lot of tape on, but a guy today, right, played within himself again. Look, most consecutive games with 2 passing touchdowns to start a season. Ty Simpson is up there with some pretty good names. Tua twice, Bryce Young once. 2 guys who have found themselves drafted high in the NFL, so if Ty Simpson, keep doing your thing, and you might find yourself with those guys. But he did a good job spreading the ball around today, finding Ryan Williams, Bernard, a couple of these backs. They did a really good job playing complementary football. I was impressed with how he played.
My biggest thing for Alabama in this game is Jam Miller. Jam Miller, 136 yards rushing on 22 carries. He's been hurt. He's had a collarbone injury, came back last week, and is able to pace this offense and take a little bit of the pressure off of Ty Simpson. Jam Miller was tremendous in this game.
When you look ahead for Alabama, right, they got Missouri, they got Tennessee, of course, third Saturday in October, LSU, Oklahoma coming up. When you look big picture for Alabama, they're still very much in this when you look at their path to the playoff.
Absolutely. They've now stacked 2 good wins over a Georgia team and a Vanderbilt team. Yes, I understand they lost that game against Florida State, but as I said, you got to throw that result out. You got to pay attention to this Alabama team. I'm not saying don't hold it against them when we come to putting resumes up against each other, but I'm saying when you evaluate the team on the field, it's the Alabama team that you saw today and last week. That's more indicative of what they are, not necessarily that week 1 performance. So yes, a lot of opportunities coming down the stretch here. Let's see how they handle them.
I heard someone say this week that Bryant-Denny Stadium wasn't a tough place to play. Numbers don't lie. That's their 15th straight win at home. Maybe it's not that raucous, and you credit the teams that are there. It's still the SEC. It's still Bryant-Denny Stadium. It's still Tuscaloosa. It's still Alabama in this case. As you take a look at the longest active home winning streaks in FBS, Alabama, second longest in FBS behind only Oregon, and 10 of those wins under head coach Kalen DeBoer. For all the criticism he gets that he's not Nick Saban, no, he's not Nick Saban. No, does Alabama still have some work to do to get up to Nick Saban's level? Yes, they do. He does. You had a GOAT, okay? You can't just trot in Kalen DeBoer and he's going to win 8 national championships right away. We haven't even been 8 years in his system. So 15 wins in a row for Alabama. Roll Tide.